So, news this evening has come in that Tottenham Hotspur have made a world record 113 million profit despite costs of new stadium. And that's great. Great from a business perspective, not prospective. I'm sure Daniel Levy or Levy, whichever way you pronounce it, I'm sure he's very happy with that. But from the fans' point of view, it's great making a profit, and similar situation to Arsenal. They made a profit each year. Wenger didn't spend much of a transfer market, and for fans became very disgruntled with just making top four each year, and they maybe some of them regret it now. Well, not now because they're in with a great shout of making top four, but certainly last year when they came sixth. But Tottenham really they need they can only keep this up if they keep the quality of player and they add to that squad and they start winning trophies. Because at the end of the day, yeah, they were doing great this season. They've done great last few seasons, but they've had 10 defeats already. For every two wins, they've had a defeat. Um, and 10 defeats is not good enough. And they're on a downward spiral. It's looking like they may not even make top four now, which would be a disaster. They'd lose out on all the Champions League revenue and league position and all that. And you're going to get the likes of Harry Kane wanting to leave, Dele Alli, who I've not seen much of this season. He's gone very quiet, hasn't he? Kane, Ali, Ericsson, all these world class players who really are they going to keep on sticking around when they're not winning any trophies. It's not like somewhere like Manchester United or even Arsenal, who have got the history of being a well-known one of the most world-famous clubs. Tottenham have only recently started matching the likes of the North London rivals and for Manchester clubs, but they really need to start spending money in the transfer market. 113 million profit. Why not spend the majority of that on getting in some real quality players? Not like when they sold Bale and brought in about five decent players. I mean, I think Ericsson was one of them, wasn't he? But quite a few didn't really work out very well. But they need to spend big in the transfer market. Otherwise, they're going to end up being content with top six, and then they're going to fall out when they lose the quality players, the star players, after they don't win anything. They're going to drop out for top six, and they're probably going to end up, with no disrespect, but like Everton, who didn't really build on the regular top six finishes. But it's a bit different situation because Tottenham are a better team than Everton were, if that makes sense. So let's have a little read of this. So figure tops 106 million profit posted by Liverpool earlier this year. That's great. Liverpool spent big. They spent on Van Dijk. They're in with a shout of a title, a very good shout. But the same can't be said for Tottenham. They're struggling to stay in the top four at the moment. They did beat Crystal Palace 2-0 in the first game at the new ground. Can they keep that up? It's not the hardest game of the world at home to Crystal Palace, with all respect to them. I think if they drop out of the top four, then it will be an absolute disaster for Tottenham. Will he be able to keep hold of Kane? I know there's going to be a lot more people, especially Tottenham fans, who are more knowledgeable on this than me, but I'm talking as an outsider looking in on the situation. And I think Tottenham really need to change the transfer policy, which a lot have been saying for quite a few years now, but I think this is the time they really need to do it. They've moved into a bigger stadium, spent out a lot on it, and there's only so long you can go without winning any trophies and keeping hold of your star players before they want to move on. So I think it'll be an interesting summer for Tottenham, and let's see what happens. Any Tottenham fans, any football fans, let me know in the comment section what you think will happen. Obviously, it's good news they've made a lot of profit, but from a fan's point of view, does it mean that much if they're not going to use it to bring new players in? Let me know down below.